Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back with another 10 metal bands you haven't heard but should. I've been meaning to film this one for like a month, but you know, shit happens. I'm here now and we have 10 cuts of killer metal. A lot of Black-Thrash in this one, so if you like it evil and fast, then stick around. Quite a few of these came from a trade with Dying Victims against the Shrieks from the Abyss fanzine, which actually, I don't even know if I promoted on here, but the new 4th issue is out with interviews with Tower, Morgulblade, Brockushelm, Herzl, Lucifer, Conquest, Megaton, Sword, and Stormwitch, plus reviews. Yeah, killer stuff. So yeah, buy our fanzine. It's like £5, which is pretty much probably like €6, $6. It's on the AHPN Records Bandcamp. So yeah, I'm just gonna promote that because I can. Anyway, without further ado, let's talk about some evil metal. First, we have Deva with their debut full-length. I think it was an EP or demo they did through Sheer Will and Black Magic. This is one of those releases where it doesn't feel like too run-of-the-mill Black-Thrashy, which, you know, I love, but there's something a bit more special about this. It has some kind of trad heavy metal in there. Definitely reminds me of Aura Noir. Definitely reminds me of some newer bands like Witching Hour from Germany, which everyone knows is one of my favourites. So yeah, on 20 Bucks Spin, who are obviously a pretty reliable label for the most part, they have just such killer bands, and yeah, this is definitely one of my favourites of recent. Next we have Nuclear Revenge, and I love an Obi strip. I was really proud of myself actually that I figured out I could just flatten it and put it in the case and it looked like that. Probably the nerdiest thing I'm going to say today. Who am I kidding? But yeah, this is Dawn of the Primitive Age. Can't wait to see these guys in the Czech Republic at Thrash Nightmare, which is nearly sold out. So if you want to go to that, buy a ticket. This isn't a paid promotion. I just like helping. This one is on Awakening Records, but I bought this from Vicious Witch here in the UK, which is obviously the label my band Razorforge is signed to. So if you're in England, you know, I'm not even saying that we're signed to them. I spent my own money on it. This isn't like advertising or whatever. But if you're in England and you need evil, thrash, heavy, death metal, Vicious Witch is the place to get it. Killer stuff. If you these guys just have a nice blend of that kind of German sound, like the German 80s thrash with kind of some South American kind of stuff going on, like Sarcophago and Volcano. I love this band. In fact, I think I'm going to put this on after I record it. Next we have Sexmag from Poland, which alone is a brilliant name. I'm amazed if there's not another band called that. Artwork kills. This is one of those albums I just look at and I'm like, I know I'm going to love that. It's 6 tracks. I feel like one of them is like an intro and interlude, but maybe I'm misremembering. Actually, while we're doing that, I also have their demo tape, which is newer than the EP, so, you know, figure that out. But yeah, Sexmag rules. Again, seeing those guys in Czech too. These are both on Dying Victims, so probably my favourite, well, one of my favourite labels around at the minute, especially for kind of trad and thrash stuff. It's an interesting sound. It's got like definitely a classic heavy metal feel, but with a bit of black thrash and death in there too. So, you know, you can go from these kind of very Celtic frosty bits to these kind of straight up venomy bits, and it's very old school, very crazy, kind of a punky side to it too. Really love it. Next we have quite a unique band called Stress Angel. I saw these guys in Sweden last year and they were killer. Quite an unusual name for a band, I guess, and the album name Bursting Church. There's something that almost seems grammatically wrong about it. They're an American band, so I think, yeah, and this, the Dying Victims version on CD comes with the demo, the 2020 demo too, which is, you know, nice to hear the track progressions. Those versions are really cool too. But yeah, this is, again, a bit like with Sexmag. You get a bit of black, thrash, death, heavy metal all thrown into one. There's, what's the song called? Exposure to a Disease. There's this really just ripping, thrashy, evil sounding song, and then it just goes into this kind of almost power metal, like soaring lead bit, and it's just so damn cool. Really like the feel of this. I don't know if it's an analog production, but it has that kind of quite organic sound. Yeah, killer. Next we have Terrorhammer, another Dying Victims release of black thrashing evilness. A bit like with Nuclear Revenge. It's got that kind of a nice mix of South American and German kind of thrash with this blackened edge. It's a few songs and then a cover. It's I mean, the artwork kind of tells you that it's going to look like if Show No Mercy got played at 45 RPM with blast beats, and that's probably, you know, a fairly good analogy. The logo's killer. If a logo has horns, a tail, or wings, you know it's going to be a fucking killer band. I don't make the rules, but, you know, Mortuary Drape, Deathhammer, two of my favourite bands that just instantly come to mind. Whip Striker, looking around for inspiration. You guys know the drill by now. Wings, horns, tail, good logo, good band. Killer stuff from Terrorhammer. And now we have Axe Battler with a nice slipcase. I want to say they're Chilean. They're definitely South American, I'm sure of that. If I say Chile, they're going to be from Colombia, and if I say Colombia, they're going to be Chilean. I love this artwork. You know, crude artwork is definitely my taste. There's two covers on this, actually. There's Fight the Fire by Witchcross. What's the other cover? It's slipping my mind. Anyway, but yeah, Fight the Fire by Witchcross is such a killer song. I love Witchcross anyway, so hearing that cover come on during some really... It's got that kind of gritty, sleazy kind of a feel. It's got that kind of sloppy South American kind of feel. I just love bands that sound like this. Yeah, this is just true heavy metal. If the logo and artwork doesn't tell you that, then the music definitely will. Killer stuff. The Wrath of My Steel. I can't remember if I said the name. Next we have Nature. If we're going by the... I'm pretty sure the guys say it Nature. Obviously they've knocked the E off the end, so... They're an American traditional heavy metal band in the vein of more stuff like Merciful Fate, or with newer bands like Portrait and Attic. They've got that kind of more spooky kind of edge. It's really cool. I really like these guys. They've played in Sweden as well. And again, this is another Dying Victims one from the trade. So yeah, this trade has really given me some stuff that I'd love to own. And buying stuff from Germany since we left the European Union here in the UK, buying stuff from like Germany and stuff is really complicated now. So trading is back big time. And as much as it's made some things difficult, that old school kind of reliance on trades and things like this it's something that I guess reading old zines and stuff I've romanticized, so now I get to live it a bit more. But yeah, I'm gonna keep the politics away just because that's a danger zone in the old comments. But no, the bit that I like is definitely you know, doing cool trades with labels, getting some great stuff in return for our magazine and stuff. Yeah, Afternoon Nightmare. Anyway, getting back to the point. Really cool, great riffs, these kind of eerie, not super loud vocals, they're kind of quite like creepy sounding. Yeah, really solid. I love heavy metal that sounds like this, and I'm still surprised that there's so many less bands than there currently are with that kind of a sound. Now we have some Japanese evil stuff from Baphomet. There's quite a few versions of this cover art with obviously the nod to Bathory, which is clearly an influence on the sound. It's got that very proto-black metal feel with a lot of thrash, and these guys definitely like traditional heavy metal. This is on Iron Fist Productions, by the way. 8 tracks. One of them is a Barbados cover. Yeah, just killer stuff. I got this one and the next one together from Iron Fist Productions, so thank you to Thomas for the killer records. This is just... There's something about the quality with Japanese musicians where they clearly don't... They have to get it right, or they just don't do it, because everything on here just feels really killer and tightly done. There's still some edge to it and some grit, don't get me wrong. It's not polished by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, really cool stuff. Next, another Iron Fist Productions release. I still need to order some more CD cases, so I'm just showing you the booklet, but this is Sulfuric from Sweden. They have a instantly recognizable influence from Niflheim, of course, and those kinds of Swedish bands. Very cool, evil sounding black metal with a lot of thrash in the sound. My cat is just trying to attack something behind the other side of the camera. What are you doing? Leave it. Sorry, he's really distracting me. But yeah, Sulfuric, just killer black thrash. There's something about how the Swedes write their riffs that's just so damn heavy. And finally, a LP from here in the UK, Eliminator. Now, if you like new wave of British heavy metal, these guys have that exact feel. They do it really nicely. They're killer live too. They played at a Studfest Some of the guys I'm pretty sure in other bands, like I'm sure one of the guitarists was also in Heavy Sentence or something like that, or at least for that show. But yeah, really cool. This is Last Horizon. They have a fairly new album as well on Dissonance Productions, I think. This was on Back on Black, the LP. But yeah, really cool. Definitely nods to Iron Maiden. With the kind of sci-fi thing, it gives me a bit of a Cloven Hoof vibe as well, which is, you know, I love Cloven Hoof, the first like 3 LPs and the EP especially. So yeah, really dig this. There's some unconventional kind of proggy bits that kind of nod to like Seventh Son of a Seventh Son as well, which is my favorite Iron Maiden album. But yeah, it's not too much. It's not so proggy that it feels kind of wanky, if that makes sense. That's probably not even a adjective outside of the UK, but look up wanky. Well, maybe don't. Maybe not if you're at work. But yeah, killer stuff from Eliminator. Great true heavy metal. British Steel is still alive and kicking in this country, and Eliminator, along with bands like Heavy Sentence and Amulet and Parish, perfect proof of that. And yeah, that is 10 more metal bands you haven't heard but should, or maybe you have heard them. I never quite know. I've got another one of these videos hopefully quite soon, and also doing another couple of unboxing videos. So if you enjoyed my Venom and Destruction ones, stick around. There will be more. I can't wait to receive those, because the 2 that I have are just killer boxes. And yeah, listen to true heavy metal. And now you can meet Storm, because she seemed to really want to know what's going on. Hello. So yeah, stay metal, love cats, stay evil, die hard.